Hi there. It's been a year since I've done my last collection video, so I'm going to do another one today because not only have I got quite a few more things, but it's far more organised. It's still in three different sections, but it's still better. It's far better laid out. So move on to it just now. Okay, so this is where the main collection of my stuff is. It's basically on four different shelves starting at the bottom here. Moving up, and at the top here is basically or the majority of my oversized hardcovers. And to start off, we got a book called Alice in Sunderland by Brian Talbot. I've actually not read this yet. It's basically makes some comparisons between the city of Sunderland and Wonderland and Alice in Wonderland books. So I'm looking forward to reading that. It's quite interesting. It's not about superheroes or anything. Next book is The Killing Joke by Alan Moore and Brian Boland, an essential Batman book. Definitely should check it out if you don't have it. Batman R.I.P. which is another really good Batman book, but it's part of a massive series by Alan Moore. A massive Batman saga even. Criminal Deluxe Edition collects about 4 volumes of Criminal, which is kind of noirish story. Published by Icon, which is Marvel's adult imprint, or one of their adult imprints. So it's nothing about superheroes again. Ex Machina, this is 5 volumes I have here, which is the complete series. Ex Machina, written by Brian K. Vaughan, drawn by Tony Harris, who I'd never heard of before, but it's brilliant artwork. And Brian K. Vaughan, you must have heard of him, he's wrote some TV shows, a fantastic writer. Ex Machina, it's like a political drama, but the mayor in it is also a superhero, or has been a superhero, but it's not superpowers, it's all based on technology, so it's quite realistic. 3 volumes of Fables here, the deluxe edition. Fables is basically fairy tale characters who are living in our world. 4 volumes of Powers, Definitive Collections, another Icon book. So it's quite adult. It's basically like a cop drama, but in a superhero world. And the main character, Christian Walker, investigates crimes associated with superheroes or superhero-based crimes, so murders or anything like that. A lot of them involving superpowers. I forgot to say actually, like all my stuff, I keep it before. This is the stuff that isn't Marvel. As I move on, I've got all the Marvel stuff because it has a banner at the top. It usually looks much nicer when it's kept together. Okay, so here I have Internals. It's a Neil Gaiman miniseries of Spider-Man. This collects 19 issues. It's really big, and I started collecting the singles at issue 20, so it worked out quite well. I get 5 volumes of Punisher Max here, which is Max Comics was another Marvel adult imprint, so it's quite realistic and really violent. It's like no holds barred essentially. As you can see, I'm missing volume 4. That's because that's just really hard to find or really expensive. I don't know why, it's just that volume. Oh well. Secret Invasion, Marvel big event. The artwork's good. I'm not such a big fan of the story, but it's essential to have in your collection. I think Siege, another big Marvel event. This collects the 4 issues of Siege plus like tie-in stories from New Avengers, Dark Avengers, stuff like that. So it's a really good buy. Supreme Power, another adult-based series by Max Comics, starting to see a pattern, which basically follows what would it be like if there was superheroes in our world, but only a few of them. It's basically they would be used by the government, they'd be used for the armed forces essentially, and used to fight. Ultimates, which is the ultimate version of Avengers by Mark Millar, Brian Hitch, great story. 6 volumes of Ultimate X-Men here, which is like X-Men when it was rebooted for the Ultimate Universe. Old Man Logan, it was published in Wolverines by Mark Millar and Stephen McNiven. It's a great story. It's basically in an alternate universe, and highly recommended. X-Men Mutant Massacre, it's an old story from the 70s or the 80s, but still really enjoyable. A quite big event in the X-Men universe as well, so definitely recommended. X-Men Age of X, another thing in an alternate universe. This is quite recent actually. It's one of Mike Carey's last things. Really good. And Young Avengers here, which is basically a team of the Avengers that are younger than the main Avengers. It's quite similar powers to the main ones. So that was most of my hardcovers, and now here we've got all my soft covers again, starting with non-Marvel stuff. And first here we have entire collection 100 Bullets, which is volumes 1 to 13, as you can see there, by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo. A really great series. very adult, probably gets thrown about everywhere as one of the best series ever written. It's really fantastic. You can't recommend it enough. Next thing I've got here is just a collection of Alan Moore stories. I haven't really read much of Alan Moore stuff that wasn't his own or wasn't his big mini-series or maxi series even, but so I got this out. Most of it's just 1 or 2 issue stories and they're still really good. All my Batman stuff here: Arkham Asylum, Grant Morrison, Dark Knight Returns, Death in the Family, Hush, Year One, all essential stuff pretty much. Batman Year 100. It's a Superman Batman volume by Jeff Loeb. It's really good, but it's kind of childish, so I didn't buy much more of it despite enjoying that. I mean, it's good, it just wasn't something I could find myself getting into. Volume of Batwoman here. Very highly recommended. This is great, especially the artwork. So it's fantastic. Next here I've got volumes 1 to 7 of The Boys by Garth Ennis. Mostly drawn by Derek Robertson. Some other artists come on later. It's Garth Ennis, so it's completely over the top as you'd expect. So much stuff going on, loads of violence, so there's sex in it as well. It's good fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And it's good to see like kind of adult books that still aren't too dark, still have some fun to it. Demo of Brian Wood series, it's like 13 issues. Demo volume 2 of it. Doom Patrol, never read it and got it for like £1 or something like that. Ghost World, might have seen the movie this is based off. Nothing like superheroes at all. It's just about 2 girls living in a crappy time. There's 4 volumes of The Girls, which is The Girls. 4 volumes of Girls, which is the complete series. A really great book. Another Garth Ennis series, Goddess. Goldfish, which was Brian Michael Bendis. Pretty much breakout book. It's really fantastic. Such witty dialogue as you would expect from Bendis. It's fantastic. Next is all my Hellblazer stuff. You can see this starts here and finishes here. So it's quite a lot of stuff. It's not numbered or anything, so it's like kind of looks weird, and some of it has vertical logo and some of it's just typed. So it's kind of awkward that it's not all printed like that, but I used to have it all to read back. Although some Hellblazer hasn't ever been printed in trade, so I don't actually have everything. At the end of this as well, I've got some Hellblazer issues. It's just mini series that came out, like Lady Constantine, Tap of Midnight, stuff like that. Jinx is the sequel to Goldfish, Justice League thing I've got here, a mixture of writers. I've got 2 volumes of The Losers, which actually I think it's like 4 volumes contained, but in 2 pretty big books. This is an entire series written by Andy Diggle, drawn by Jock, great book, Mass Effect comic. And the 2 volumes of Morning Glories that have been out. Continuing down here, we get the 9 volumes of Preacher, which is a complete series again, Garth Ennis, and I've totally forgot the name. Steve Dillon draws it. Again, a really big series, sometimes considered the best ever written. So definitely check this out. Again, it's really over the top. It's Garth Ennis. Definitely recommended. Pride of Baghdad. It follows the story of lions that escaped from the zoo in Baghdad when it was bombed. A real good story, really unique. Frankie Vaughan's fantastic for it. A couple of volumes of Serenity. Volumes of Sweet Tooth, a Vertigo series, highly recommended. Sin City, I've only got 1 volume. I think I've read it all at one point or other, but I only own 1 volume. V for Vendetta by Alan Moore, David Lloyd. A very big book, most of you have probably heard of it. Wanted there, and Watchmen. It's weird actually, 4 books beside each other, all been made into movies. And the next one, Avengers Disassembled, the Avengers movie coming out soon. Civil War tie-in, Frontline. Next is Daredevil, volumes 1 to 13. I'm missing 8, but that's because it's just ridiculously hard to find. I've got it in single issues. It's not written by Bendis anyway, but yeah, these volumes, it's Brian Bendis and Alex Maleev on their massive run. A very adult take on Daredevil, very dark, very realistic, highly recommended. And Ed Brubaker and Michael Lark, I think, come on to do it after that for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 volumes. Earth X, again a mini series taking place in an alternate universe, really good. Exiles, 5 volumes of that. There's a team that goes through different universes. House of M, again another universe, alternate universe. It's a big Marvel event as well, probably should have it in your collection. Next Wave, written by Warren Ellis, drawn by Stuart Immonen. kind of comedic book about kind of B-list superheroes and B-list villains. It's really funny, highly recommended. Sentry, a book about the Sentry, if you know who he is. Silent War, kind of lesser known, sort of Marvel event, but it's really good. It ties in Black Bolt, stuff like that. 3 volumes of the Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Collection, written by GMS. There's 5 of these volumes. We need to get the other 2. But some consider it the best era of Spider-Man in a long time until the end, which is One More Day a lot of people didn't like. But these books are really good. Ultimate Galactus Trilogy was a Ultimate event. A really great book, really great read. 3 volumes of X-Men Complete Apocalypse Collection. Missing 1 because 1's just kind of tie-ins. It's not the real story. I'll eventually get it though. I've got 6 volumes actually of Astonishing X-Men. Fantastic X-Men series. Joss Whedon writes it, or at least writes the first 4, so that's highly recommended. I've got 3 volumes of New X-Men Ultimate Collection, which was Grant Morrison's entire run on X-Men. Really great book. A few other X-Men things here. I've got Mike Carey, Ed Brubaker, Messiah Combat, or the Executioner's Song actually, which is an older book. Dark Phoenix Saga, and an Ultimate Spider-Man thing here. I've also got 3 volumes of Y the Last Man, volumes 1, 2 and 4 actually. I'm missing 3 because it just wasn't in stock when I was ordering some of them, so I got what I could at the time, so I still need volume 3 and 5 and that completes it. Down here are regular sized hardcovers. Marvel 1602, which is a Neil Gaiman story, basically what if there was Marvel's superheroes in the year 1602, so it's alternate versions. Marvel's a really great book. Alex Ross draws it, fantastic artwork. Get complete New Avengers here. Another Punisher story. It's not Punisher Max, but it kind of is a prequel to it, so it's good to read. Volume Runaways, another Spider-Man volume. Some other X-Men stuff here. Just Astonishing X-Men. 3 volumes of American Vampire. Batman, quite a big Batman story. Had a run, Detective Comics, written by Scott Snyder. Great book. Flashpoint, the last big DC event. So only recently I've started getting into DC. So I've been trying to buy some of the backstory stuff. I've got a Hellblazer graphic novel, another Serenity book, 2 volumes of Superman. These books here, Blankets and Habibi, is by Craig Thompson. It's actually not really a comic, I would say it's a graphic novel. I've got Jimmy Corrigan's Smartest Man on Earth, another kind of graphic novel, kind of indie thing. Nothing about superheroes. It's a John Constantine book. Road to Perdition, and Uncanny X-Men, like really small things. Signal Noise, a Neil Gaiman thing that I don't have anywhere to put. The rest here it's just like actual books. I don't add most of my books I keep up my loft, like my non-comic books, but I read these recently, so they're still kept down here. Finally, over here is my Absolute Editions and Omnibuses and stuff like that. So starting over here is a Darkness Compendium. This contains 50 issues, 40 or 50, I think it's 40 issues, and then some mini-series. It's a really meaty book, quite a number of different artists and writers on it. I spent quite a bit of money on that. It's definitely worth the overall amount of stuff you get. It's League of Extraordinary Gentlemen Omnibus, which collects 2 original volumes by Alan Moore and Kevin O'Neill. The movie made about this, which is pretty terrible, but the book's good. Here I've got the Marvel Omnibus of Stephen King's The Dark Tower, which continues, in fact it's prequels to the story and the books. The books are highly recommended, based on the comics, and if you love the books you'll love this. And because I'm a big comic fan, then I loved it even more. It's quite meaty, as you can see, two big volumes, pretty huge. Here I've got Captain America Omnibus and Death of Captain America Omnibus, Ed Brubaker's massive run, which he's actually still doing. 2 great stories. And I Kill Giants Titan Edition, slightly bigger than these omnibuses, but it's not as big as the Absolutes, which you'll soon see. Here I've got 300 by Frank Miller and Holy Terror by Frank Miller too. You can see they're quite wide and bigger than the rest of the stuff, but still 300 is a real great book, and Holy Terror has its moments. The Absolute Editions, these are massive monsters of books, very high print quality. The pages are so thick, and as you can see they're quite leather bound. There's 5 Absolute Sandman volumes. I'm waiting on 4 to arrive, and I'll eventually get 5. But Absolute Sandman, it's the great work of literature. Highly recommended, especially in absolute form. Absolute Superman for Tomorrow, it's an alright story, but Jim Lee's artwork, really works great in the Absolute form. We've got Absolute Batman, which I've done a review of recently. Again, great book. And finally here I have just my smaller size books. I've got Battle Royale Ultimate Edition, which is actually oversized, a bit bigger than regular manga, but I don't read much manga, it's just I picked a few things up, so I've got that. Another volume of Dark Tower there. My 6 volumes of Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, a great film. Actually, I've seen the film before I read these books. Yeah, but the books are great as well. They're very similar to each other. The style is exactly the same in both of them. A few more books here, and Death Note book. In the bottom, there's the complete run of Death Note. 12 volumes plus the 13. So that's again a great book. I'm going to reread this again. It's a great story. So anyway, that's pretty much my collection. I'll go through it all again quickly. And there you are. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and as you can see it's far more organised than it was last year. And keep in touch, we'll start trying to make videos again. So thanks for watching it, we'll see you.